we have Punahele Soriano versus Dustin Stoltzfus. Very interesting fight. These guys are on the main card, so I'm kind of surprised by that, honestly. Punahele Soriano, 9-3. He is 2-3 in his last five. He's coming off of that KO loss against Roman Kopylov, who's the Kopylok, as I like to call him. He is fighting against Dustin Stoltzfus, 14-5, 1-4 in his last five, coming off of that very quick KO loss where he got front kicked and kind of just knocked out by Abu Magomedov there. Both around the same age. I think their measurables are about the same. Dustin does have a slight reach advantage there. As far as the odds for this fight right now, I believe that Punahele is minus 250 and he opened up at a minus 325. So people are taking the dog action on Dustin Stoltzfus here. Puna, he has great power in his hands. He also has like a Division 3 wrestling, so not D1, but he does have some wrestling credentials as well. But if you guys just follow this guy's career, I mean, he doesn't have the best takedown defense. I believe he got taken down by Roman in his last fight, and Roman's like literally a kickboxer, so that's not a good sign. He's more of an offensive grappler. Going back to the takedown defense, he has a 30% takedown defense. So that's not what you want to see when you're a D3 wrestling guy, right? He does have, great power, like I mentioned, fighting against Dustin, who also has decent power. He has a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. Uh, Dustin, if you do look at his record, I mean, yeah, he's, 1-4 in his last five, but if you guys seen who he's lost to, I mean, these are some legitimate people. I mean, he lost to Abu, who's decent for one round. He won against Dwight Grant, who I'm not sure if that guy's in the UFC anymore. He lost to Gerald Meachard, who's pretty underrated for this level. Losing to Rodolfo Vieira by submission is not bad either, and then losing Kyle Dawkins is pretty bad. But I digress. His strength of schedule has been pretty high for someone of his level. Um, I think overall Puna should win this fight, but this guy has questionable fight IQ himself, and he likes to brawl, go for finishes, KOs. I could easily see him getting countered here by Dustin on the feet or the ground, right? Like Dustin could potentially take this guy down and then maybe sub him or just lay on top of him. Um, so my pick actually is going to be Dustin, just because I think I'm going to fade Punahele. I think that he's just because of his style, he's like a fan favorite at times. But yeah, give me the dog odds on Dustin, either by sub or submission. I'm going to pass on this fight, though. I don't trust Dustin that much with potential units here. Uh, Alex, what do you think about this fight between Puna and Dustin here?
So for me, I'm actually the opposite. I like Soriano in this spot. Um, I think this guy Dustin might be a bum, man. Uh, I feel like Soriano has Dustin covered. Um, I feel like the only way Dustin can win is if he, wrestles and out cardios Soriano. Because Soriano does kind of gas out. Like you can tell he gets, pretty tired. Um, but Soriano fought Nick Maximov, who's a very heavy wrestler. Um, and I think Maximov is a much better wrestler than Dustin. Um, I feel like Soriano's seen that look before. He'll be able to kind of get up if he does get taken down. And I just don't like the way Dustin fights at all. I don't think I personally don't think he's UFC caliber. So I have Soriano here. Probably, I'll probably look to put him into my parlays.
Mm,
So yeah, give me Soriano money line.
for sure. Awesome. Well, hopefully that works out. I mean, I think that yeah, it could be a good odds for Puna just because Dustin is coming off some pretty not good losses to some not good UFC caliber people. That's for sure.